shaking, shaking. I'm addicted to the way that she lets me breathe. I'm holding her hands now. Where does she come from? Where does she run to? Where does she go? Where is her love? Where is her home? Be my lady, yeah. Ooh. If forever was forever, babe, we would be together, baby, baby. If forever was forever, babe, yeah, 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 yeah. We would be together, baby. We had one night, one moment, one chance at love, but we had it for each other and we lost our touch. So we can't go no further, no. Stuck right in our tracks right there. So baby, can you believe that we fell off in the deep end? I'm addicted to the way that you feel me, to the way that you care. You're somewhere out there. Whoa. If forever was forever, babe, we would be together, baby, baby. If forever was forever, baby, yeah, 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 yeah. We would be together, be together. We found love, we found us, we found love, yeah. We need trust, we're giving up, babe. We found love, we found us, we need trust, we're giving up. If forever was forever, babe, we would be together, baby. If forever was forever, baby, we would be together. If forever was forever, baby, yeah, 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 yeah. Together, 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 forever, forever, yeah.
our time. Y'all had a chance to shine, and we'll be cutting y'all in front of that line. You either out or you riding. My homie right beside me with a hustling persona and a crown full of diamonds. Climbing these charts and you ain't stopping a profit. She staying on fire like the back of a damn rocket. We in total control, cold as the North Pole, busting these flows. It's our time to blow, so just know
they may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next.
Go ahead and call me a coward, say that I'm not strong because I'm not like you. Go ahead and call me crazy cause I live in a maze, tell me how about you? I think I live in my head, sometimes I think that I'm dead, I hide behind my youth. No, I've been losing my mind and I'm a little behind, step aside my shoes. Cause I never been happy with myself and I don't need no one feeling bad for me. Trying to offer me pity and throw jabs at me. Wanna give me advice and then laugh at me behind closed doors. Just close the door and let me be by myself. Just me and myself. I'm tired of living, I cry, I hear it's easy to die, I wanna see for myself. And I know that sounds crazy to everyone else, but I'm depressed as fuck, stressed as fuck. Ain't no medicine that can cure what's intense as drugs. I need extra love and that ain't even enough. So that ain't even enough, and where the fuck is God? Damn, maybe I ain't believing enough, but today we gonna see if he's real. And if he is, then I guess I'm probably going to hell. Look, I ain't wanna die like this, I ain't picture my life like this. They don't know what it's like this. Pretending I'm happy so I can smile like this and laugh like you. Sometimes I wonder if I ever act like you. Could I finally fit in and maybe relax like, ooh? Or would you feel lost without me? Cause honestly, I think the world is better off without me and my mind spinning. This is the line finish. Truth is I don't care how they feel about my feelings. I made up my mind. I'm going out like Robin Williams. I guess I'm not the ordinary people of John Legend. And I've been suicidal since the day I was 9. Shit. Okay, the day I was 9, I've been tired of being bullied, couldn't stay out the fire. Grandma told me I should take it one day at a time, and damn it, look at me now. Fuck. Pen running out. Shit. Damn. Look, just know it's a new day, but if you're reading this, then it's probably too late. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I hope you got what you wanted. I hope you finally happy. It's too late for you. Been going out of my mind, you don't know how many times that I done prayed for you. I hope you hear me, goddammit, cause I got so much shit that I wanna say to you. I used to shine, now I'm all in the dark. I remember I used to tell you to follow your heart, but goddammit, look at you now, it's all of your fault, how could you? Maybe it's my fault, I should've paid more attention to what you been doing. Maybe I should've been more of an influence. I can't believe that you're dead. I read your letter and all I could do is have mixed feelings about it. But I'll forever be attached to you. Damn. Part of me feels bad for you. A part of me feel like you weak and I'm mad at you. And I don't mean to be insensitive, but I don't understand how we couldn't prevent this shit. You took the easy way out. God damn it, you did. I mean, look what you did. I'm so fucking upset. How could you be so selfish? Nigga, how could you be so selfish? Now you're gone, you done left me so helpless. I wonder what God thinks. I hope you in God's place behaving yourself. Yo, what the fuck you gotta say for yourself? Look, I really feel lost without you. I hate the fact you think the world is better off without you. On my mind spinning, this is the line finish. Truth is I don't care how you feel about my feelings, and I'd be lying to you if I told you if I listen. I know that you can hear me, all I need is like 5 minutes. I just wanna reach inside the casket and pull you out. I'm sorry, this is something that we both couldn't figure out. I wish I could hear you now. Is your soul missing? I wonder if you could do it again, would you do it different? Tell me what death is like. Was it meant for you, Brody? Did the heavens support it? Are you fucking happy now? Did you get what you wanted? Isn't this what you wanted? I feel the temperature falling, and you've been suicidal back then, you were not. Yeah, even back then you was not. We was living on the edge, couldn't stay out the fire. Grandma told us we should take it one day at a time, and damn it, look at you now. Shit. But it's a new day, and if you can't hear me, then it's probably too late. Fuck!
Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. Sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me.
If the work ain't scaling up, get your measure straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind, design, and timing. If the work ain't scaling up, get your measure straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind, design, and timing.
Smack rappers like that URL clips. While you sitting at home watching URL clips, I'ma double back at Hofford like that URL clip. Bet these rappers get ruffled every second I smell chips. Get green like a Celtic. Volcanic how I hit the booth and I melt shit. Stunting no evil Knievel. Blood of a king. So every bar spiritually regal. Take y'all to church, no cathedral. Pen poison tip like a needle. Paint you a pic with no easel. Rappers quick to mislead you. On game try to G you. Not for the weak or the feeble. Stomping is concrete, so it's easy to get my seeds through. Cause say I'm a lyrical contortionist. Killing these kids, here's the abortions list. With this mic in my hand, it's like I got a poker. Smile on my face, something like the Joker. Smack your chick in the face, she love it while I stroke her. And shit get cold like we in Nova Scotia. Certified, registered, yeah, my crew legit. Known for spitting fecal matter, every bar's the shit.
If the work ain't scaling up, get your measure straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind, design, and timing. If the work ain't scaling up, get your message straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind. grind, design, and timing. I'm just trying to do my own thing. My phone rang, they told me my homie got hit in close range. It won't change. Plug with them people that flip cocaine and gold chains. Turn me to a king like the Gold James. Gas price high, self-esteem low. Past to getting high, keep it on the low. You got a bunch of friends, y'all chillin', y'all smoke. Won't share none of your songs, but'll share that new code. Shout the code. Yeah, I know the world's cold, so cold. Yeah, we sticking to the code. To the code. Spent some digits on my clothes. Every other video I'm sipping on the rose. Foot up on the gas, always on the go. Made $1 million off a MacBook Pro. You could pick your poison, Trump or Joe. They devilish though. Either way, we got it for the low. For the low.
If the work ain't giving up, get your measure straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind, design, and timing. If the work ain't giving up, get your measure straight. Once your foot on the gas, you cannot hesitate. I know you can't tell the prime that I'm in. All by grind, design, and timing.
Send.
All right, lads, well, we're in position.
Bravo team offloads here. Alpha team stays on board to land down range. This is capture or kill.
Ya son más de 10 años metiéndole y todavía sueno como nuevo. Baby no tiene relevo, me sobra el dinero, el respeto y los huevos. Yo, cada movimiento que hago, el juego otro nivel lo elevo. Tú sonaste, te pagaste y no llevas ni la mitad.
We're shifting! Watch the containers!
How the hell did Iran get their hands on this?
It's either Russia or us.
Anywhere I roam.
We need an army.
All right, get us an army.
Free to speak my mind anywhere. And I'll redefine anywhere.
Mexican Special Forces, 141, they are your brothers now.
Where I lay my head is home, yeah.
Weapons hard, vaqueros.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Brockton is proud to be the city of champions. With a rich sports history, Brockton is the hometown of boxing greats Rocky Marciano and marvelous Marvin Hagler. The city's athletic legacy continues with the success of Brockton High School sports teams. Known for athletic excellence and good sportsmanship, the BHS athletic program was selected as the #1 athletic program in Massachusetts by Sports Illustrated. The school's Brockton Boxers have been a longtime powerhouse in high school football. In fact, the BHS football program has been regarded as one of the most storied, successful, and dominant high school football programs of all time. The BHS boys soccer team recently won their first state championship in 2017, leading them to be ranked 7th on USA Today's list of top high school soccer teams across the country. These are just some of the many reasons why Brockton is the city of champions.
Sugar the Stage Play is coming to Tri-C Metro Campus September 17th for one show only, 7 p.m. Get your tickets now on Eventbrite.com. That's September 17th, one show only, Tri-C Metro Campus. Don't miss this mesmerizing play production. A cash team production. Tickets available on Eventbrite.com or call 216 216-394-8926. That's 216-394-8926. Cleveland, stand up.
The worst snowfall in its history. A raging blizzard that came in on winds of up to 100 miles an hour, bringing death and destruction to the whole region.
What we believe is happening, Carl, is that the president is likely to invoke the Stafford Act here. That's a procedure that was initially started back in the 1970s to deal with national disasters, and it unlocks funding from the federal government for FEMA to respond in localities that have been hardest hit. In this case, the possibility is that you're looking at a national declaration.
Ordered the U.S. Army to go in and do whatever it could to help. A report from Providence.
Story centers on the state of emergency declared this morning in Buffalo. News Center's Mike Pegasus explains.
Troops from across Massachusetts were in places like this. They boarded about 24 buses, and then they left from near Springfield, Braintree, and here in Melrose.
Winds will increase to 50 miles per hour tonight and continue through
All right. Is everyone here? Ants.
Yes, sir.
Roaches.
Yeah, what of it?
Rodents.
Let's get this cheese.
All right. Come on, everyone. Settle down, please. Look, we all know why we're here. We'll be eating like queens when we're through with this. That pantry's finally ours. Nobody can stop us now. Charge! No, there's no way. It can't be. It's Old Colony! Old Colony Pest Control. Veteran-owned Massachusetts, Rhode Island-based operation with everything you could dream of for your pest needs. Equipped with top-of-the-line gear to guarantee your home is protected and staying healthy. Phone number is 774-400-5993. Give them a call for the backup you need. Tell them that General Red Revere sent you. They handle anything from ants, roaches, ticks, mosquitoes, rats, and more.
No wildlife or termites at this time.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We're marching.
The Lincoln Project was formed. They are doing tougher ads against Trump than any Democratic group.
They've decided to take the strategic and ad-making firepower they've trained for years on Democrats and turn it against their own.
And in almost every ad, they talk about how he's a loser, how he's weak.
Unyielding, unrelenting ass-kicking of Donald Trump and his children and his campaign advisors.
The Lincoln group, these never Trump Republicans, the Democrats could learn a lot from them. They're mean. They fight hard. And we don't fight like that.
There is never a day where we're like, we should take it easy on Trump today.
Are you sure you want to do this again, Donald? If you think we hit you hard the first time.
So they should not call it the Lincoln Project. They should call it the Losers Project.
Just remember.
I don't remember.
We're still here. And the only loser is you.
What up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. If you feel the need and you want to get in touch with the hot topics from today's headlines, you got to check out The Booth with Keith. Sinister One Hayes. Tell him Kevin Jackson sent you.
It's caught in the crossfire.
So it's time for me to do my thing. So, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I don't know what's up with these gas prices, but these gas prices are crazy. They're outrageous. Hell yeah. I mean, there used to be a time when you could go get gas with your kids. I'm a father too, and you go get gas. It'd be a nice time. You get snacks and let them get chips and shit. Now you go to the gas station, you put $100 in the tank. Your kids like, Dad, can I get some? No, you can't get no. I might just put out your bucks. Get the off the Doritos. What the you mean you want to slurp it? Get the back. Get the out of here.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is
blasphemy. This is madness. This is the booth.
All right, it's your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight live on hoobazoo.com, hatchetradio.com, Instagram, Twitter, all over, Facebook. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. I actually forgot my water this episode. Damn. Forgot my water this episode. So if you guys notice, I've been dealing with this sty on this eye right here, and I've had it for almost a month. And warm compresses and all this other stuff isn't working. Someone had suggested earwax. I looked it up, and earwax has a ton of antibodies, so earwax, but it's not happening. So I'm going to be actually headed to the doctor's tomorrow, and I believe they're going to either inject it or slice it open and get it to drain. So it's really bothering my vision here at times. So if you see me blinking or whatever, that's what's going on. But I'm holding it down. I'm getting ready to head out of here. Thursday for Ohio, as you guys saw the trailer for Sugar the Stage Play, the radio ad for Sugar the Stage Play with my voice there. Sugar the Stage Play takes off Saturday night, 7 p.m., Cleveland, Ohio, at the Tri-C Theater at the John P. Murphy campus. There is a cast party, 70s themed, in South Euclid, Ohio, which is going to be at the Indigo Lux on Friday night. So it's a 70s theme. So if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you're looking for something to do, get those tickets now. There's only a few tickets left. There was a drop in prices to move the last bit of tickets. So get over to eventbrite.com, Sugar the Stage Play. They're actually in one of their final rehearsals, dress rehearsals. They started dress rehearsals on Sunday, and they're doing some rehearsals today. I think that they do 3 a week. So they're going to be doing rehearsals at least until right up until Thursday night, I believe. Joey Billups, he is the stage director. This crucial period right now is getting all the blocking done and that type of sort for this play. And Gloria Shea has been pulling her hair out, trying to make sure that this goes off without any issues, any problems. And we're working hard. The executive team's been working hard. Angela, got to give a big shout out to you. Kia, who just joined on. Big shout out to him, but all the actors and actresses for Sugar the Stage Play. We are headed towards the finish line. Saturday night is going to be it. I just sent over the music to the guys at the venue, so they'll have all the music and all the sound effects and things of that sort. And we're ready. We're ready to go. So we'll be leaving here Thursday morning at 6. It's like an 8-hour drive. We'll be heading out to Cleveland, Ohio, and I can't wait. Can't wait. Just another different. I've been out to Ohio before. I actually went out to Ohio to see Charlie Wilson, which was awesome. Charlie Wilson's one of my favorite guys to go see. My favorite musicians. I will travel anywhere if I can to see Charlie Wilson. This guy puts on just a hell of a show. And I missed him when he came here. He came here with Bruno Mars, and I actually missed that show. It stunk. So let me get into the show. I got to thank my guests from last week, Ken Diesel, Robert Resnick, first Tuesdays. They were on last week, and they're going to actually be on at the end of the month. So they're going to be on the last Tuesday of the month because the first Tuesday of the month next month is Jewish. It's the Jewish holiday season, Rosh Hashanah, and I forget what the other one is. But they're going to be off. They won't be able to do the show on the first Tuesday. So what's going to happen is they're going to do the last Tuesday of this month, and then they're going to take that first Tuesday off, and then Jesus, man, we're winding down to the end of the year, guys. 4 shows in October, and then I usually do 4 shows in November, and then this year Christmas. Let me see. Christmas falls on the weekend this year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Christmas falls on Sunday this year. Usually, if Christmas falls during the week, we usually end up losing a few weeks. But I usually still take the 2 weeks off for the holiday. Excuse me. So the last show this year will be the 20th. So the last booth for 2022 will be the 20th, and then I will take my time off and be back after the first of the year, which will be, I'm probably still going to take the 4th off. It'll probably be the 11th I'll be back because New Year's Day in the 3rd. So I'll probably be back New Year's Day and go from there. Let me get into my sponsors. Michael Douglas Barreto Electronics. If you have a controller that needs to be fixed, it's out there 24 hours. You can send it in. Also, hey, I put a Zoom link out earlier before the show began. If you want to join the show and talk with me live, you can click that Zoom link. It's going to tell me that you're in the waiting room, and then I can take a quick break and bring you in, and then we can chat online about any of these topics that I talk about. So, let me get in my sponsors, though. Michael Douglas Barreto, MDB Electronics. If you have a broken Xbox controller, let them fix it for you. Also, Viana Marie's music is streaming everywhere online now. Get that brand new project, It's Personal. We were actually pressing up and doing our CDs and stuff this week and getting those. Those are going to be going out to people with T-shirts and things. Excuse me. Tactical Target Systems. If you guys see me at the range with those targets, that's them right there. Reach out to Tactical Target Systems. Ask for Don Robinson. Tell me you want those badass zombie targets. I got my hat here to kind of pull down over my sty. And I love Boston Sports. If you guys need anything here to win, you got to be in the chat. You got to get in the chat. And now I've got the Zoom link. If you want to call in, you have a chance to win a shirt courtesy of I Love Boston Sports. And they're all of our winners. I know Kyle Kafer down here in the bottom right-hand corner, he actually reached out to me because the Patriots are playing the Steelers this weekend. So he's looking to do another bet for this weekend's game. So I'm hoping to see what we can do this year. He's talking about singing another song. So that's probably what's going to go down. I got to finalize it with him tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. Carbonell, veteran-owned, residential and commercial, 774-400-5993. Old Colony Pest Control, licensed and insured. Winter's coming. Pests are going to be looking to get into the house. This is the guy to call. General Red Revere. Loving the ads. Sean Durbin's son. Philip Durbin, cut those ads for me. I got to say what's up. Big props to him. Let's get into the news booth. Rest in peace, Shaun Swass. There is a GoFund set up for Shaun Swass for memorial costs, organized by Mika Shanks. For those who are wondering why I'm sharing this, I actually met Shaun last Saturday for the first time. Shaun came into our fantasy league as a friend of Mitchell McKinnon and my boys who knew him. Shaun Swass joined our fantasy league he joined our league on Thursday. He participated in our draft on Saturday morning. And he was in the Zoom, he's a brand new GM in the fantasy league. He jumped in the Zoom with us. He was a pretty funny dude, told some jokes and stuff. And he was all psyched and ecstatic that the fact that our fantasy league has IDPs, head coaches, and all these other crazy other things involved with our league. He was pretty excited about it. Tuesday night, I actually get off the air Tuesday night, and I get the call from my son. He says, "Hey, Shaun Swass." I'm like, "Yeah, the kid that he was in the draft with us, blah blah blah." They said he passed away. And I was like, what the F? And yep. So his family is looking for memorial costs. He leaves behind children and a wife. So if you can reach out to the family, they have a GoFund set up in his name. And it's a sad story. I see some people in the chat. Chris Whiskey, what's going on? How's it going? Dave Haggerty, what's going on? How's it going? I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Also, in the news booth, Braintree mayor proposes tax exemption for Gold Star parents. Now, I'm real happy with this. Charles Kokoros, who is the mayor of Braintree, he wants to have property taxes eliminated for any parents who are of Gold Star recipients. So if their child, is in the service, goes overseas, or goes wherever, and is killed in the line of duty over in battle or combat, that family will receive no more property taxes. And I agree with that. I think this is something that should be nationwide. I think that's something that should be done. My hat goes off to Charles for putting this through, and I'm going to keep an eye on it because this here is something that I really would love to see.
Harry.
Yeah, one more thing. None of them want to pay taxes again. Ever.
Mayor Charles Kokoros. No more taxes ever. I hope it happens. I'm going to keep looking out for it. Just before we came on the air, Ken Starr, breaking news. He was the investigator for the Whitewater hearings. He's dead, 76. A lot of people, old school people, passed away this week. Ken Starr passed away, 76 years old. The captain of the Exxon Valdez, if you guys remember the Exxon Valdez incident, where he ran ashore and it leaked all this oil out. It was insane, crazy stuff. Johnny Bougie says, what's this show about? What do you mean, what's this show about? This is the booth. Straight out of the city of Brockton, Massachusetts, city of champions. We talk about all different topics. If you go look at the show, the topics of the show this week are listed. So there now is a Zoom. So if you want to come in the Zoom and chat with me about some of these topics that we're talking about, you can pop in the Zoom. You'll be in the waiting room. I'll take a quick real break to bring you in, and then you can come and talk about the topics that we talk about. But as I'm going through right now, I'm in my news booth, and I got my last story in the news booth. As we all know, Queen Elizabeth passed away last week. They're setting up for this humongous funeral that's about to happen. Her body is sitting in display in public so people can pay their respects to her, but then it's going to be insane as of the 17th. It's going to be insane. But they're saying that Queen Elizabeth's net worth was so massive that she basically left behind a small fortune for her family. Now, it doesn't surprise me that she has a small fortune. She's a queen. But the funny thing is she saved a lot of things. They said that the Queen Elizabeth has a stamp collection that's worth over 100 million pounds. A stamp collection that she's accumulated over the years. Everybody's going to get a small fortune. And you know what? It's going to be amazing. Amazing in its history. So, and I know India and Ireland, whoa. Man, talk about showing no mercy. But hey, they have the right to their opinion, and that's what they can do. Jean Bougie says, I'm a big Boston sports fan, so let's go. We got to get in the sports talk. I'm ripping some people apart here in a little bit in the sports booth. So stay on, man. Stay on and watch this show. You could also win a shirt from I Love Boston Sports, too, if you want. Glenn Crouch, what's going on, Glenn? Old school friend, man. What's up? In the legal booth, as you guys know, that the Donald Trump attorneys were looking for a special master to look over and stop these documents being looked at. And the DOJ has now said, well, you know what? We're going to trump your Trump card, and we're now going to roughly subpoena all of these people's phones and people who were involved with this January 6th probe. They went and seized phones of people this week. They gave 40 subpoenas out for these people. So this is not toning back at all, people. Last week we had my guys on the show. We had Ken Diesel R Squared on, and we talked about this. And, you know, one thing we talked about is now they're getting into the meat of those trials of those people, the insurrectionists who committed their crimes, and they're getting the door slammed on them. 5 years for one guy. One guy got 10 years. And we're talking about crazy stuff. When you talk about Aaron breaking up with Big P, it's unbelievable. We've got the topics coming up. There is a person, Anthony Vattalaro, who pitched for the Red Sox. He left Major League Baseball to become a police officer, and he was headed to a 9/11 event, and he got in a car accident. He died. So our prayers and blessings want to go out to him and his family. Also in the legal booth, GameStop has been accused of wiretapping customers without consent. Now, the scary thing about this is that, first of all, they were wiretapping actions between customers and cashiers, and they were providing that information to a third-party company who was utilizing that to make things better in stores between customers, and it's like a study thing. The thing here is that I'm pretty sure this third-party company, it wasn't just GameStop that was doing this. I'm pretty sure this third-party company was having this done at many stores. GameStop is just the one who's been named and who's been called out. But I can tell you right now, something like this was going on at probably all of your major stores. Target, Walmart, all of these stores were probably recording people for third-party training purposes and making that money. Don't get me started. They probably were. Also in the legal booth, this has become my favorite new guy. Polk, Sherriff, Grady, Judd. He does a press conference every week. And every week, I got to ask Squid about him because he's out of Florida. Every week, he gets these people who he busts in prostitution rings. He gets these people that he busts in trafficking rings. And he outs the F out of these people. And he has no qualms about who he calls out. This week, Grady Judd, he said, let me switch accounts real quick. Come on back, Johnny. You can stay on YouTube and watch us. Grady Judd is my new hero. He's calling people out. He took the thin blue line and said, I don't care about the thin blue line. I don't care. Watch this poor guy who was caught in a prostitution sting. Watch this. This is some crazy stuff right here. Bubba Watts, what's up? He said, I'm back. What's up, Bubba? Watch this right here. This is Grady Judd outing this police officer. This is hilarious.
You arrest Johns who are seeking out prostitutes as well. Well, let me introduce you to what I consider a high-profile arrest. This is Deputy Chief Jason DePrima of the Cartersville Police Department. As I understand it, after talking to his chief, he's been there almost 30 years, graduate of the FBI Academy, well-respected police officer in town. Did you notice I said in town? But he was out of town. That's right, he was at an American Polygraph Association meeting in Orlando, Florida. Let me say this clearly. I don't want you to miss it. Driving an unmarked vehicle that was normally assigned to the DEA task force, meaning their officer assigned to the task force would have driven this vehicle. But apparently his vehicle was not so good to make the trip, so he's in one of the undercover vehicles. When he shows up at our undercover operation in the government vehicle, carrying alcoholic beverages, apparently some Bud Light for himself and White Claw for our undercover operative. That's right, he bought a case of White Claw because she said she would like it.
Damn!
Grady Judd, that's my man right now. He don't care. He zero F's given. 0 F's given. He didn't care that this dude was a cop. He didn't care this dude had all the credentials, was an FBI student, all this. He didn't care. He put him out there. He even put him out there about his car not being able to make the trip, and he had to borrow a car that he shouldn't have had, a DEA undercover car. He even put all that, and then he put him out there and said he bought a case of White Claws for the prostitute, the undercover cop. This man needs a reality show. Get him a reality show. I would watch every week. Actually, we don't have to. He's on every week. He's got his own YouTube. They go live. And the shit is hilarious. So I'm saving him. I saw this and I'm like, man. He even said he called his superior and used the info he got from his superior and still dragged him through the mud. He's like, oh, he was well known in his town. Oh my God. Bubba Watts said, I live in Florida, so this is funny. Hey man, Polk County, Grady Judd. He is the man. He is the man. Before we came on the air, another breaking story. West Virginia bans almost all abortions in West Virginia, with the exception of 3 little minor things. And I'm going to pull these up here and show you how crazy this is in West Virginia right now. In West Virginia, and this story comes from Yahoo News, written by Leah Willingham. So the West Virginia legislature passed a sweeping abortion ban. They've done this because in West Virginia, Charleston, they only have 1 abortion clinic. 1. They only have 1. And right here in this story, they take the quote from Republican Senator Robert Karnes. He comes right on and says, it's going to shut down that abortion clinic that I feel certain. I believe it's going to save a lot of babies. So right here, they're reveling in the fact that women can no longer get what they need as far as treatment goes or anything that has to do with their bodies when it comes to pregnancies that might have to be aborted. Under this new rule, here's the craziness of it all, people. Under this legislation, they try to make this sound good. Rape and incest victims would be able to obtain abortions, but wait, up to 8 weeks of pregnancy. But, now here's the but. Only if they report it to law enforcement first. Think about this. Some of the darkest secrets is incest. Lots of times, people don't want that out. They don't want to deal with that. They go, they get the pregnancy, it's done. A lot of people don't want to tear families apart. This is a shame. So now they're saying you can only get the abortion if you go to the police and report it to the law enforcement. And we already know how some women are treated when they go to law enforcement with an accusation of someone raping them or someone having incest. We already know what happens. We already know the scrutiny that a woman or a younger girl will go under. So this is crazy. Also, victims who are minors would have until 14 weeks to terminate a pregnancy and must report to either law enforcement or a physician, a doctor. So now you're saying if a teenager is impregnated by another teenager who, up to 14 weeks. But most of these teenagers are going to be scared. So they're going to be forced to carry the term because no teenagers want to go to the police department, or it's not happening. Also, rape and incest victims would have to report the assault within 40 hours of getting an abortion. And in order to get the abortion, you must have a copy of the police report in a notarized letter to the physician before the procedure can be performed. Well, what good does this do when you've pretty much closed the only clinic in West Virginia? So again, this is what I was talking about. states like West Virginia, they're going to end up having an influx of people who are going to come up here to Massachusetts or those states that allow abortions. Those people are going to come up here. They're not going to deal with trying to go through all that scrutiny. They're not going to go through all this red tape. They're not going to go through, you know how long it's going to take a doctor to notarize a letter for you? They're going to want to make an appointment for that. And again, if the abortion clinic closes, that everything in that law is gone because there's no abortion clinic in West Virginia because they're already saying it's going to close. So again, this is a shame. This is a travesty. And I'm reporting on this, but any men who think that they have some reason or why they need to talk about this and why they feel they should say this is right, shut the fuck up. I'm going to just say it right now. Be quiet. Don't say a word.
Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down, men. This ain't about you right now. Sit down. This is some crazy stuff, man. And women need to really see it because they're putting religion first and women need to vote the right way come November. It's insane. Viana Marie says in the chat, this is extremely intrusive. 1 out of every 6 women are raped and the most unreported crime at 63%. There you go. 63% of rapes are not reported. All these college girls, we've seen these stories time and time again. College girls go off, naive, get raped, and these dudes never get held accountable because of who they're connected to, who their father is, or who their politician, We've seen it. We've seen it. This is West Virginia. Shame on you. Shame on you and you Republicans down there in West Virginia. Getting into the entertainment booth. Rapper P&B Rock was fatally shot at a robbery at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And this is a sad, sad, sad story because he should have learned his lesson from a couple of other rappers who have been shot to death. And it's really not his fault. It's not his fault. It's the girlfriend's fault. What happened was that they were out at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles eating. She took a picture of them out. She tagged where they were on her picture on social media. The nitwits saw her post, and that's why they showed up there to rob him of his jewelry because P&B just had a brand new album come out. Brand new album just came out. Singles out there right now. He's one of these dudes that's on Instagram and all of his social media about all of this glitter and gold. And I guess they had a talk because they were saying today on one of the stations that he had spoke with his girlfriend about tagging where they go. So, he had that concern. He had that worry, but these nitwits don't care. You try to stay in your own, you try to, you make a name for yourself and then you try to stay in your hood. And this is what happens. The hood turns against you. We've seen it time and time and time again. Nipsey. P&B Rock. All these guys, and Viana's right. Viana's right. You should have had security. You go into a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle, trust me, that's not in a good area of town in most of those places down south. You know what I'm saying? You need security. You need security. But that's what happens with some of these dudes. They say, oh, I want to stay in the hood. I want to represent my hood. And people got love for me. No, they don't, bro. They really don't. A lot of people really don't. They wait for this moment right here. Right here. And this is what they want to do to you. 30 years old. Shame. And he has connections to Brockton, this area. There's a young kid here who does custom Nikes. And he did a pair of custom Nikes for P&B. And P&B hooked this kid up with all of this other clientele, like Quavo and all these people. And this kid's been they actually had a story about him doing these custom Nikes for all these rap stars and celebrities. So it's insane. But as Viana said too, should have security. Should have security. Instead of wearing all this gold and all this stuff and being flashy, Should spend some of that money on security. Period. And that's the bottom line right there. Bottom line. She-Hulk, Daredevil flirt in the new D23 exclusive clip. If you guys have been watching She-Hulk, it has been awesome. Awesome. Love it. A lot of cameos so far. Wong's been on there. The Hulk himself has been on there. And now there is an episode coming up with Daredevil. And I guess they're going to get a little flirty. And they should. They should, because people forget. Don't forget. They're both attorneys. They both know the business. So that attraction is going to be there because she's an attorney, he's an attorney, so they're going to already have that attraction. But there's a scene, I guess, where, he can hear people's heartbeats, and he kind of flirts with Jen Walters while she's She-Hulk. But it's going to be insane. I can't wait to see it. But also at the D3, they confirmed that the Avengers are no more. This next phase is no more about the Avengers, so don't wish or think the Avengers are coming back. The Thunderbolts were announced. If you're watching She-Hulk, they introduced the Wrecking Crew. And hold on a second.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Sorry, my bad. Don't kill me. Don't hate me. I didn't mean to. I should have put that spoiler alert up first. Spoiler alert. They unveiled the Wrecking Crew as the villains for this season, it looks like so far. They have the Asgardian construction tools, but they haven't gotten the Asgardian power in them yet. So they were just a bunch of four nitwits that she beat the hell up out of as they were trying to get the blood from her. But for those who don't remember, the Wrecking Crew made their first appearance in Thor comic books, and then the Wrecking Crew was in Spider-Man. They did some stuff, I believe. I remember Fantastic Four. Wrecking Crew was a pretty good group. As a bad villain group. They made their run for in the 70s and around into the 80s. So it was great to see them in the MCU. But at the D23, I got some trailers to show you guys right now. I'm going to blast into this one right now. Here's the first trailer for you guys I got to show you. Here we go.
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different. How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we're gonna be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Secret Invasion, Nick Fury, S.H.I.E.L.D. And my favorite supervillains in Marvel Comics. My top 5. My top 3. Dr. Doom, and the Skrulls would be like my Super Skrull would be like my number 3, even though the Skrull race is there. So when you see those multiple people there, that if you know anything about Marvel Comics, you know what the Skrull race, what they can do. They can change form. They're shapeshifters. And the Skrulls, we had a taste of the Skrulls in the MCU, but we had a taste of the good Skrulls because there were 2 different factions of Skrulls. There's the faction of the Skrulls that want good. They live here in disguise. They don't want to take over the planet. But then you have your faction of Skrulls who are bad. They don't want humans. They despise humans. They want to take this planet over. And this secret invasion opens up to these Skrulls, which it looks like it's going to be. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Also, here's another one for you guys. Werewolf at Night. I was not expecting this. This came from left field. If you were to ask me which Marvel comic book would probably not ever be adapted into the MCU, I would probably say Werewolf at Night. I would say Werewolf at Night, but I guess they're doing this special thing on Disney Plus on Halloween where they're going to unveil a lot of their horror characters from the MCU. Werewolf at Night is one of them, and I'm hearing that Man-Thing, which was Marvel's answer to Swamp Thing's appearance. Now, if you guys remember, in 2005, the MCU has a movie that a lot of people didn't see. A lot of people don't even remember it's part of the MCU, but in 2005, they did release a Man-Thing movie, but it was like a horror. It was like a horror movie, and I think for me, I feel like that Man-Thing movie from 2005 was way ahead of its time as far as superhero horror. I don't think people were ready to get it. I think the MCU universe has grown. I think we're ready to accept a supernatural horror in the form of Man-Thing. So here we go. Here's Werewolf at Night.
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But one of you is a monster, masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you!
Werewolf by Night.
I'm trying to figure out how Jessica Jones fits into this, because that's Jessica Jones, who was supposed to make her debut back into the Disney Plus through She-Hulk, but it looks like she's coming through the Werewolf by Night. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm like, damn, what else can D3 give to us? And then they hit us with this one right here.
could be part of that
Stop doing that! Stop!
I had to put that out there right away. Why? Because the racists are already on it. The D3 released that trailer for the live action Little Mermaid, and Disney knows how to look. Disney knows the culture of people right now, and Disney just put it right in your face. Like, we don't care. This is where we're headed. The Little Mermaid is black. And all of these people are out in the woodwork, and they are, oh my God, they're going ham on social media. They're all upset with Disney, and it was like, it's a mermaid. There was never any color in the story. There was never anything. It was a mermaid. And you all are up in arms, all upset, ready to riot for nothing, because Ariel, a fictional character, is now black. Oh my goodness gracious.
Sit down.
And then to close out the D23, Star Wars is back. Season 3, Mandalorian, Gru, and man, peep this right here.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then? Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
Yes, Mandalorian Season 3. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. Woo! It's going to be on point. On point! Let's go. Sports booth. 640. Week 1. Pats fans, y'all piss me off, man. Y'all really piss me off. You know something? It's the same old, same old. I've told these people before. Week 1 to week 4, we don't know which team is which in the NFL. Week 4 comes, then you can start to separate the contenders from the pretenders around week 4. The Patriots have done this many, many times. Many, many times. Week 1, we go down to Miami, the Pats lose. Dolphins drop 27. The Patriots can't put the ball in the end zone. They move the ball. They get down there. They get to the red zone. They just can't end drives. They can't finish drives. In MMA, the word is finish fights. The Pats weren't finishing fights. They weren't finishing drives. They were getting all the way down there. You settle for a field goal or you turn it over. But Pats fans are going out of their minds. They're looking for Bill Belichick to be fired.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy
Because you guys do remember, week 1, Lloyd Malloy traded, released. Wasn't traded, he was released. Lloyd Malloy was released just days before week 1. Buffalo Bills picked up Lloyd Malloy. And guess what happened? Week 1, Buffalo Bills, Patriots, 31-0 spanking. Everybody was upset. Everybody was pissed. Everybody was talking all this crap about Bill Belichick and how we don't know how to coach anymore. And what happened? What happened? The Patriots went all the way to the Super Bowl, closed out the season against the Buffalo Bills, and beat the Buffalo Bills 31-0. Now let's go back to, let's see, week 3, Kansas City. Patriots go into Kansas City, they get their asses whooped. Asses whooped. Pats fans, fire Bill Belichick, trade Tom Brady. Get rid of him, he's old, we don't want him here no more. What happened? Patriots ran the table and won the Super Bowl again. Again. Now, I'm not going to tell you this week that the Patriots are going to run the table and make it this, because they're not. You already saw my post from early this week. The Patriots right now are an 8-9 team. Miami, the Patriots split with Miami every year. So if you're upset that the Patriots lost week 1, you have no idea what you're talking about, because guess what? These two split every year. Miami has always been a house of horrors for the Patriots when they go down there. It's always been a house of horrors. And then they come up here and it's a whole different game. And then the Patriots blow out Miami and it's the dreaded split year after year after year. So everybody out there who's doom and gloom after week 1, losing to Miami, stop it. Stop it. Vienna Marie says, I'm more upset that we're telling a story about a teenage girl not listening to her father go be with an older man. I think Chloe is gorgeous, but this story doesn't need to keep being retold for girls to fantasize about older men. Bam! Ooh. Snow White, all them stories. All of them stories from back in the day. I actually have a book. And if I find it, I'm going to bring it on the show one day. But I actually have a book of all the classic fairy tales in their original writing. In other words, they're horrific. Like the original Three Little Pigs story that I have from years and years ago, the original story, they cooked his ass up and ate him at the end of that story. They cooked because he couldn't blow down the brick house. So he came through the chimney where they had a pot of water waiting for him. And then he fell into the pot of water and they covered him up and cooked him up. And the pigs ate the wolf in the original Three Little Pigs. I have a whole book of all these original stories. Little Red Riding Hood, same thing. They all had horrible, tragic endings to them to teach kids lessons. And then somebody woke back then and said, hey, we got to change the endings to these stories, man. They're crazy. And they got changed. I'm going to find this book. If I find this book, I'm pretty sure, I wonder what it'd be worth if I put it out there. But I have it. It's somewhere in one of these bins around here. So, but again, week 1, people. Week 4, start to worry. But again, don't worry because they ain't making the playoffs. This schedule is stacked. The Patriots ain't making the playoffs. The Patriots are an 8-9 team, and that's good because then they can draft good next year and keep building this team and go from there. But please stop it. Best and worst from NFL debut week 1. Week 1 in the NFL came out and they said, guess what? We're going to show you. We haven't been in here for 3 to 4 months. We had the craziest free agency offseason period in the history of the NFL. Here's what we're going to do in week 1. We're going to show you why we are the best here in America. F your MLB, F your NBA, F your NHL, F your NASCAR, F your UFC. This is why we're the best. We put 17 games in your face and make you watch and never, ever, ever be able to see what the hell is coming. Because I watched, look, the Patriots lost that game, right? The Patriots lose the game. They now switch over to the Cleveland game against the Steelers, where we were treated with a historic game. Went right down to the wire. We had missed field goals. We had missed extra points. We had, oh my God, it was insane. It was insane. And I was like, this is how the NFL is going to come out and start week 1? Like this? And then they had a tie? Houston and the Colts tied in week 1? Tom Brady comes out. They don't score. They put up mostly field goals, but they still down the Cowboys. And then Dak Prescott gets hurt. He's out 7 to 8 weeks. Arizona Cardinals game, crazy game. Then you got Seattle Seahawks. They dumped Russell Wilson. Everybody's all pissed off because they dropped Russell Wilson from the roster, got rid of him. People was all upset. Russell Wilson goes down to Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos gets all this stuff for him. First matchup, week 1, Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, Seahawks. Guess what happens? They lost. Russell Wilson lost to the Broncos. You know Russell Wilson lost to the Seahawks. Craziness. And big up, too, also, the fact that this Miami win is big because Mike McDaniels, this kid was an NFL ball boy years ago. Years ago, he was a ball boy. His dad was a coach, and he was a ball boy from years ago. So the fact that he came out and did something that not many rookie coaches do, and that was to beat Bill Belichick, kudos to him. Kudos to him, and I hope he continues success. But now people are going to really, really be talking about him because he's the first of a coach to come out and do that, other than Josh McDaniels, who did it. When Josh McDaniels went over to Denver and the Patriots went over there, Josh McDaniels beat Belichick in his first year. So it's not many have done it. He usually eats these guys for breakfast. But week 1 in the NFL was insane. Insane. And it showed you why they're number 1. What's up, Joel Fonts? What's up? What's up, Chris Gagney? How's it going? Also in NASCAR, my man Bubba Wallace took the win at Kansas. A lot of people, oh, here we go again. The racist people. I got to drop this again for the racist people out there. Here we go. Hold on.
Stop doing that! Stop!
Racist people come out the woodwork. 90% of the people in the stands left after Bubba Wallace won his race in Kansas. It's his second victory. It keeps him in line for the playoffs. Bubba Wallace got out of his car, and people were all upset because he got out and he was like, to all the haters. They didn't like that. Then his mama got up there, and his mama, they was talking about this and that, and his mama was like, they can kick rocks. Black mothers don't play, people. Y'all try to bring that stuff for Bubba Wallace, and his black mama's there. She was not having it. She told him to kick rocks. And guess what? Now everybody's out here talking all this racist stuff against Bubba Wallace's mom because she spoke her mind. He won the race. And people are like, well, he only won the race because they have 4 blowouts, and Denny Hamlin owns that team. So Denny Hamlin let him. Come on now, stop it. Give the man his props. Is it really that hard? Is it really that hard? And I mean, and then let's be real. Bubba Wallace did go a little bit overboard, but I get it. It's been years and years of all these people talking all this crap. You win another race, and you want to just silence him. I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan pulled him aside, and Michael Jordan said, "Hey, that was good, but now let's focus. Let's get back to racing. Let's do this." I'm pretty sure he's like, this solidifies you. Let's do this. So anybody out there who was upset and bringing all these racist discussions on all the NASCAR sites, man, you all just stop it. Stop it. Jesus. Jake Paul, it's official. Jake Paul is going to fight Anderson Silva on October 29th. Anderson Silva, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Anderson Silva. Don't sell out. Do not sell out like the rest of these bums have been doing against Jake Paul. Everybody there has been making more money than they made in the MMA, and that's sad. That is sad. That's sad. Everybody who's fought Jake Paul has made more money than they made fighting in the MMA UFC. That's sad. Anderson Silva's about to get a big payday. He said he's not about to tarnish his legacy. He's not about to embarrass himself. But we've heard this from every other MMA fighter who's gotten up there to box Jake Paul. We've heard it from everybody, and it's ended the same way. Tyrone Woodley, all these guys, they've all gone down and walked away with huge-ass paychecks. So Anderson Silva on October 29th, do me a favor. Come on, man. I know you're an MMA guy. I know you can't kick, but man, you got to fight this kid. Don't let, and Jake Paul's been boxing for 5 years now. So he's got some skills. He got skills. He's got skills. He's legit, but man, come on, Anderson. Don't let it happen. Also, this past weekend, everybody's in shock. Everybody's all in awe of Nate Diaz beating Tony Ferguson at UFC 279. Why? Because the guy that Tony Ferguson was supposed to fight, he missed weight. And they scrambled and they said, we need to find somebody we got to fight. Well, here's the deal. Dana White and all of them say, hey, Nate Diaz, his contract is up with the UFC in just mere weeks. Put him out there. Let him fight. This will be his last and final fight of his contract that he needs to get in. And Nate Diaz says, let's go. Nate Diaz goes out there. It's a brawl for 4 rounds. And then in 4 rounds, my man Nate guillotine choked him out. Boom. And everybody is surprised. And they're all like, oh my God. Don't be surprised. This happens in MMA and boxing all the time. When you have a last minute replacement or substitution, I tell everyone, if you put a bet on this fight for this man right here, change it. Change it. Because Tony Ferguson spent all of his training camp preparing for the Russian dude that he was supposed to fight. The dude that he was supposed to fight, he's not Nate Diaz. He's not a scrapper like Nate Diaz. He's not unpredictable like Nate Diaz. You know, there's things that you prepare for when you train for somebody for 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks. And then when you got to fight a guy like Nate, look, and I don't bet. But if I was betting on this fight and if I had Tony Ferguson picked, and when they announced that at UFC 279 that he was going to fight Nate Diaz, I would have called my bookie. Whoop. Change my bet. Change it. Change it to Nate Diaz right now. Because a guy coming in as a replacement has the upper hand. And some people will say, well, no, because they haven't trained for anybody. Well, that's why they're the intangible. That's why they're the wild card. That's why they, in my mind, anybody who comes in to fight somebody at the last minute should automatically be the favorite in my book. We've seen it time and time again in sports. We've seen it all the time in boxing. We've seen it in MMA. It happens. So big ups to Nate Diaz. He's all done with the UFC. Him and his brothers are going to be, they starting their own fight thing anyway. And Tony Ferguson, humble as hell. Tony Ferguson said he would definitely go train with these dudes and learn some stuff from them. And that's awesome to see Tony Ferguson say that. So I'm glad about that. Biden bombshells. We got about 2 minutes left. Joe Biden was here yesterday in Boston. He spoke at JFK Museum to talk about the moonshot. This was the battle against cancer. They're trying to eliminate cancer. He wants to restart those discussions up about that. But he also visited where I work at Logan Airport. He was at Terminal B, and he was talking about this whole infrastructure act that was passed by a heavy bipartisan bill that was passed with support from the Republicans. This is going to dump, I want to say, $600 million or $60 million into Logan Airport. It's going to create like 1 million union jobs in the area. Road infrastructure redone. There's a brand new international airport that's already being done. But what this is going to allow, this international airport that's going to open up, it's going to allow these big, giant, huge jetliners that come from Tokyo, Ireland, Dubai. Dude, when I'm at work, and every now and then when one of those, because they don't come in often because the airport isn't really built to handle them coming in all the time. But one of the planes that comes in from Japan, I want to say, is like 8, maybe 9 stories. It's big. It's big. And I heard that it's got like little bedrooms on it in first class. Not seats, like little bedrooms on this plane that comes from Japan. It's crazy. It's insane. 7:59, Ukraine invasion. Ukraine claims major territory over the weekend, as we talked about on Tuesday. They captured it. They captured 2,000 square miles of land. Right now, Russia only occupies 1/5 of the Ukraine. Right now, that's still a big piece, but these key areas that the Russian forces have lost is huge. It's huge. And there's a lot of war analysts and strategists are saying that this is the turning point of the war, of the battle. It's going to get very interesting. Putin was asked about it at a meeting, and he completely ignored it. He wanted to talk about and focus on the economy, the Russian economy. Putin all of a sudden is quiet about the Ukraine and don't want to talk about it. Why? Because this is a black eye to him. This is a black eye to him. He will never live this down at the fact that they didn't take the Ukraine. And the fact that, R Squared was on this show last week, and he talked about the importance of these key areas being taken back. And big up to Ukraine forces for taking this area over. Like I said, it's they got control of power grids. They've got control of all of these major hubs that were helping the Russians do what they needed to do in their daily operations. And they lost it. 2,000, like I said, 2,000 square miles lost back into Ukraine possession. Like I said, 1/5 of Ukraine is still under Russian populace. So we'll see what happens there. But the push is on. Again, I got to thank everybody for coming out here, watching the show with us, tuning in. It's good stuff. And I got to thank everybody who supported the hats and things of that sort. And we love you guys supporting that. Also, the show She Talks Football podcast. She's going to be back. Football season has begun. Drafting the Circuits is here. Oscar Mike Radio. 2 big shows coming up on Thursday. I'm going to make some real big announcements next week involving this. Maddie C Sports for You and Me. Happy Hour with Lido. Talk Back with Gloria Shea will be back after she's done with this play that I'm heading out there for in Cleveland, Ohio. And again, the Farmers Market, July 8th to October 28th. Man, we're flying along. It seems just like the other day I first announced this. We Were Told's Media Expo is next weekend, September 24th, 11 to 2. He's got some great speakers. You want to make sure to come out for that. Also, the Greek Food Festival is this weekend. We're going to miss it because we're going to be in Ohio. So I will have to wait for my Slovaka and my baklava until next year at the Greek Food Festival. I'm highly upset. Also, Rocky Marciano's Tournament of Champions. Myself and Maddie C, we covered the final night of this event. But it begins October 15th, runs till the 22nd, then November 5th to November 19th. It runs, and then the 19th, they'll crown the champion of this tournament. So we're going to be there to see that. Again, everybody, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for tuning in. Again, my guys will be on the last Tuesday of this month. So they'll be on the last Tuesday of this month. Everybody out there, please continue to support It's Personal, Vianna Marie's album. And other than that, let's see. SpongeBob, do me a favor and take me home. And hey, everybody, like I said, I'm going for surgery tomorrow. I'm getting this drained, this thigh that I've had for like 3 weeks. I'm getting it drained. I'll be seeing the doctor tomorrow. I'm not scared. I know some people are scared of needles and stuff. And somebody hit me up and said they go behind the eyelid, and if they can't drain it with a needle, they're going to slice it. So we'll see. So next Tuesday when I'm back, this will be gone, and I probably should stop touching it. But I'll be back here. SpongeBob, do me a favor. Take us home.
Well,
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website.